Welcome, Fight Church watchers out there. I'm back. So I want to say that it's been a really, really wild ride. Last year, I I started fighting, and I didn't have any support. I tried going out as a journeyman, and I won the first fight, and then I lost the next four. Three of those fights, I don't believe I lost. Even when I watch the videos back, I don't see that. I also like to point out that all the people that were sitting behind the scenes didn't feel that way either. So I hit an impasse after I lost my last fight. I lost all of the wind in my sails because I was now, I only earned $1,200 in those last like fight. I got taken. So I had to figure out why. Why is this happening? And some of it's that I make stupid decisions. The other part of it is that I went and got tested and found out that I have Asperger's. I, I had seen other people get diagnosed with it during my life, but like I never thought about me. I never thought that the traits that these people had were like me. But then I realized how deep my love for music is. Not the listening to it on the radio part, but the actual creation of it, being in the depths of how music is supposed to make you feel and how functional harmony changes what you're listening to do with it. And I fall into it. Pokemon. A lot of us aspies out there who love Pokemon. I know that. or or how I feel about boxing and not any other combat sport. Boxing. It's very specific. But like, it's not even that I do or do not like bare knuckle fighting. It's just not as a good boxing. And I started to realize my anathema to things that are false and fake came from somewhere that makes sense. Instead of just being me, feeling like this all the time. I hear people say that they don't like things that are fake, but I don't believe them because we live in America, and for some reason we keep getting sold and given things that are not real and not good, and we eat them up. You're not even allowed to say that you are woke. What type of weirdness is this? Either way, so today's sermon is called Authenticity. It's your greatest weapon. God, I want to thank you for creating all of us with a unique imprint of your design. Let your word today pierce through fear, comparison, and pride, and ignite in us the boldness to walk in truth of who you called us to be. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen. In a world built on comparisons, fakes, and filters, authenticity is rebellion. For fighters, artists, and leaders, it is also power. If you don't know who you are, your opponent will define it for you. If you don't claim your voice, the world will hand you a script and then steal your voice box. I want to talk about why being unapologetically yourself is not just good advice, it's biblical strategy. So, you were designed differently on purpose. I would like to use Psalm 139, verse 14, to talk about I will confess and praise you, for you are fearful and wonderful, and for the awful wonder of my birth. Wonderful are your works, and my inner self knows right well. We're not made to mimic anyone else. God made you fearfully, wonderfully, and yes, awfully unique. That inner part of you already knows this. Your fighting style, your rhythm, and your voice. It's a fingerprint of heaven. Stop sanding it down to fit into someone else's glove. I did this trying to make people in Pittsburgh, West Virginia, just like me. I just gave up pieces of myself more and more and more because I was becoming a part of what was going on around me. And I didn't realize that the things I gave away were valuable until I was standing outside of the fight with a customer. And they didn't play clean. Or a Kesha song, which is what I gave to Janessa. Somehow, some country songs started. At that moment, I realized that I'd been had. I'd seen things leading up into that point that made me question whether or not being a fighter was even worth it. And I went into the first two rounds, and I could not get grounded or anything because one, I had heard that song and I hated it. I didn't approve that. It's weird because your lockout. That's the most important part. Like you need to get all of the energy together because right now you are about to go into a situation where you might die. Your whole future changes in this moment. And as a fighter, that's important. And so when I didn't have that going into the fight, it hurt. And when I say it hurt, I'm not talking about emotionally. I mean, like, I was different. It frustrates me that I was different. It took me until the end of the second round. I could hear someone in the crowd saying something very specific. And I heard them saying something specific. And then I started doing it. I do believe I won three. But the first judge started turning four. The second one turned in five. There was one judge who just gave all three rounds to me. I wasn't able to turn the tide. I've been shocked by what happened so much that it got in the way of me being able to be a fighter. When I first started boxing, I just wanted to be myself. Like I just wanted to be myself. Something in the meat tab is they asked me, "Oh, are you the only one on the call?" Of course, I'm the only one on the call. Coordinator. This last year, I really truly learned that one of the biggest things that I've got to do is I've got to secure the team and people around me. Because how is God supposed to work on my end? I don't even have people on my end that want to see me succeed because I'm myself. People wanted me to change. They wanted me to become the way that they thought that I should be. And when it didn't work, trying to put me in their box, they told me that I should quit. But that's not what's going to happen because I wasn't made to quit like that. But I also wasn't made to put myself in small boxes with people who want to stay there. I encourage you out there, if you're a person, do whatever it takes to be yourself at all costs. The payout is eventually going to be worth it. Some of you won't be able to come out the closet. Some of you are in marriages you hate. Some of you will have to give up everything to be yourself. And from my American male position, I am telling you, I hope you end up doing it anyway. I hope you end up going through the pain and trauma it takes for you to tell the truth to the world. Some places are so bad that you might end up dead for taking my advice. I hope you find a way out of it. Your power comes from truth, not performance. John chapter 8, verse 32. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. There's no freedom in breathing. There's no breakthrough in acting like someone that you're not. Truth sets you free. Truth includes your truth. What you survive, what you believe, what you bring into the ring, into the mic, into the meeting. That's your authority, your ability to be potent, your ability to change the world that exists around you. Your power comes from the fact that you go from the truth rather than having to make something. There's nothing that is more powerful than the truth. Somehow, some way, people know when the truth is being told to them. It sounds like the perfect case. When people lie, I can tell. I hear it in their voices. I hear how notes clash with each other because they're doing something that doesn't feel good. Comparison kills Colin. Look, Galatians chapter 6, verse 4. But let every person carefully scrutinize and examine and test his own conduct and own work. He can then have the personal satisfaction and joy of doing something commendable in their self alone, without resorting to the boastful comparison with his neighbor. Comparison will steal your joy. Even worse, it will sabotage your development. Study yourself. Master your own style. You can't become the best version of yourself if you're busy trying to become a second-rate version of someone else. The word style is interesting to me because whenever we talk about style, everybody says the word, but then when I ask them, what do you mean? It's very fun to me that I never seem to get a good response. So when we talk about style, style is a noun, which means a manner of doing something. Style is a distinctive appearance, typically determined by the principles according to which something is designed. Whereas a verb, to style, is to design or make in a particular form, and to style is to designate with a particular name, description, or title. So, style in botany is a narrow, typically elongated extension of the ovary bearing the stigma. In zoology, in an invertebrate, it's the small, slender, pointed appendage, a stylet. The idea is that so the origin of the word style is that it's denoting a manner and the characteristic of, or an impressive, grand, or luxurious way. This comes from the old French style or Latin stylus. The verb first dates in the 16th century. So I went off on that tangent for a reason. Your style matters. Your version of this style that you're doing matters. You are a vessel and not a copy. So whoever cleanses himself from what is ignoble and unclean will then himself be a vessel set apart and useful for honorable and noble purposes, consecrated and profitable to the master, be and ready for any good work. You are a vessel, custom built for a noble purpose. You've got to cleanse yourself of doubt and insecurity and every lie that you're telling yourself you're not enough. You are not garbage. You are not junk. You are not random. You are fit and ready for the good work when you are authentic. You are not junk. You are not random. You were made this way for a reason. You were supposed to be alive, You were supposed to be living. You were supposed to be interacting with people. You were supposed to be yourself. God made you that way. When you don't do that, it doesn't make sense. God does not invite imitation. First Samuel chapter 17, verses 39 and 40. David tried to go, but could not, for he was not used to Saul's armor. Then David took it off, and took the staff in his own hand, and chose 5 smooth stones. When David faced Goliath, he refused to wear another man's armor. Why? It didn't fit, and it didn't move with him. Your armor might be your voice, your stance, your conviction. But don't strap on something just because it looks more professional or expected. Authenticity won that battle. I wish I had taken that advice that I'm giving all of you now. When David faced Goliath, he refused to wear another man's armor. You are going out there in a sport where you might end up dead. Do not try and make someone else happy by you going out and fighting. You've got to make sure that if you're doing this, that you have a team of people around you who want you to succeed because you are yourself and nothing else. Your gifts were custom fitted. Romans chapter 12, verse 6. Having gifts, faculties, talents, and qualities that differ according to the grace given us, let us use them. The grace you carry is not the same as the person next to you or in your apartment. Stop trying to replicate someone else's flow. You've been given a gift according to your calling. Hone it, use it, trust it. You're not missing anything. You already have what you need. Again, I wish I had said that to myself last year. I already have what God has been with me this whole time. Your style is a testimony. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your moral excellence and your praiseworthy, noble, and good deeds, and recognize and honor and praise and glorify your Father who is in heaven. Let your, not a borrowed light, not a filtered one, your grit, your style, your discipline, your truth. When you walk in it, people will glorify God, but not because you perform perfectly, but because you lived truthfully. Seriously, I want so badly warn fighters and people with all of my heart. Your job is to be what God made you to be at all costs, because everything else is wrong. God made you to do something, and He's not going to let you just roam around on the earth with His power, not helping, changing, or improving things that you have. I've learned this lesson the easy way. I always want to be doing something. I always want to use what God has given me. When I was young, I heard the parable of the sower, and I realized that all of the seed that fell on good ground grew up to be different sizes. And I'm the type of person that when I want to multiply, I want to multiply by 100, not by 5. So it depends on what I'm going to do. What am I giving my life to? Authenticity is not optional. It's your greatest weapon. It protects your peace. It makes your calling clear. It turns comparison into celebration. It's how you fight, how you speak, and how you serve. Stop hiding your rhythm. Stop diluting your truth. The fight was never about who's better. It's about who's real. And you're always right. Fighters, before you step into any ring, any stage, opportunity, ask yourself, is this me? If it is, then you're already winning. song of prayer. God bless anybody who's watched this or anybody who will watch this in the future. Lord, give us courage to stand in our own armor. Let us not be deceived by the imitation or afraid of rejection. Strengthen our hearts to trust in your design and reflect our skills in truth. I ask for all this in Jesus Christ's name I pray. May good things happen to you. I'm going to go outside. It's like 7 p.m. on this day, and I'm going to run 6 miles before the night is out. Peace. I'll see y'all later. Bye.